the Indian government doesn't like being defined, and no government does. It does want more control over the internet in India. It wants these platforms to censor content. And in a sense, India has a bit of China envy. It likes the control that China exercises over the internet.
What do these new rules mean for the average user? For more analysis, let's turn to Kaushik Moitra. He's an attorney at Baruka and Partners. He joins me now from New Delhi. So, Kaushik, India is a young place, right? This young population, globally connected, they're tech savvy. Surely the government doesn't expect that people are going to accept these kinds of controls on basic communications.
So, first of all, thank you for having me. Uh, while that's something that we would like to believe, but however, on the ground, the situation is fairly different. If you are to ask me whether the tech giants have really agreed or agreed to, you know, agreed to these particular guidelines, they have, because most of them have really now complied with them. In fact, even WhatsApp has purely raised the banner of revolt regarding 4.2 of the act, where it talks about originator identification. Otherwise, even Twitter today in the court has said that we have complied with the guidelines. As far as the government is concerned, I was hearing my earlier speaker. Yes, there is a fair bit of China syndrome that seems to be creeping in, wherein there is control. The idea is more about control than about privacy. But what is to be understood is that privacy is a fundamental right in this country, and our own Supreme Court in the past has held that end-to-end encryption allows non-consensual discourse, and its removal will lead to increased self-censorship, which is not correct. And in fact, the WhatsApp case right now is going to be a very important test of how the judiciary really deals with hard cases regarding privacy of individuals in India. But that said, I still believe that case for there's a case for less regulation, because what we are trying to really achieve cannot be achieved by censorship or overt control over the media.
What about for the average users on the streets, wanting to have private conversations? How important is free speech to them? Are they willing to fight for it and petition the government for it? Are they bothered by this?
So I believe that yes, we in India and most of us in India are fairly bothered about free speech. Free speech and freedom of expression is enshrined in the Constitution of India. There's no question about taking it away. There is a concept of reasonable restrictions that is provided in the Constitution of India, but the current format of these restrictions don't seem prima facie reasonable, and there is a fairly large number of Indian populace, which includes both the urban and rural populations, who are fairly concerned, not really about the act itself, not really about what the government is asking for, but what the final outcome of that kind of restriction can be. There is a fair amount of debate and discourse about it. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But if you ask me, the civil society is engaging in discourse. I won't use the word worried, but I'll use the word discourse.
All right, Kaushik, thank you for that.